All right. Looks like we're gonna get stopped out again. Second time this week. Don't really know.
Order
Um,
filled.
don't have too much to say on this one. I This is the second time I'm getting stopped out this week. We'll see what happened in live time here, but also the second time this week where I took a trade that I felt probabilities were on my side. This one definitely. Yesterday I felt that way too, but this one for sure, and I'll explain my reasoning. Um, I'm in a Discord. I don't really actively participate in it too much, but I do just take a look inside to see specifically what my mentor is assuming will happen for the day. And on both occasions, yesterday and today, he was leaning bearish. For Today, definitely for the same reasons I was. So let me just show the reason why I wanted a short here. Okay, obviously well, actually first let me go over the reason why this isn't playing out. How about that? Um, and these are things that I am obviously taking into account before I enter the trade. They're risks I'm willing to take. Number one, obviously look at the daily time frame. It looks like complete dog shit. Complete dog shit. Like I don't even. This doesn't look. This looks like NZD JPY. It looks like a exotic currency pair. It looks fucking horrific. Um, so that's number one, just getting into price when you see that type of range on a higher time frame. Like if you're looking to sell the range, now obviously here I'm not looking for anything too crazy. Like yesterday I was looking for this low. So that's selling, you could say, a little bit too aggressively if we're going to remain in the range here. But today was not looking for too much of an aggressive short, literally just a one to one. Um, like if we would have hit it, we would have still been in the range technically. Yesterday, if we hit my TP, we would have broken out of the range. Who's to say we don't just wick it and continue back inside the range? But anyways, um, yeah. So ranging price action, very shitty. And then the only other thing that I said, okay, if this it gets respected, then yeah, I'll get stopped out. And as you can see, it got respected and I got stopped out. Was this 4 hour? This was unfilled at the time. We inversed an hourly fair value gap, and that's when I entered and I said, if this 4 hour holds, then yeah, I'll get stopped out. Now, that was the conditions for a potential loss. And obviously, I entered the trade, so those conditions were met. Had I not entered the trade, we probably would have blown straight through this 4 hour. But I entered the trade. So, yes, this 4 hour held. Now, the reason why I was okay with taking those risks, the choppy conditions on the daily, that first one, I'm okay with taking that risk because you have to at this point. If you want to trade ES or Nasdaq, you have to be okay with taking that risk currently because since October, I talked about this yesterday in my recap of my loss yesterday. We've been in a range. So since October, I could not trade from October onwards until the foreseeable future when we break out of this range, which currently seems like we never will. Um, or I could be willing to take that risk and say, you know what, we're in a range, sure, but I'm going to see if my model can survive in this environment. Currently, right now, I'm seeing that it can't, um, but we'll see. We'll see. And number two, the 4 hour unfilled fair value gap. I was okay with knowing that we could bounce from here because number one, I'm trading off of a bearish 4 hour fair value gap. Okay. And number two, that also happens to be a daily bearish fair value gap. So I'm obviously going to take the daily fair value gap is going to take precedence over the 4 hour. On top of that, guess what we have here? We don't have it anymore, but we did have an SMT. This high on NASDAQ was not taken yet. It was only taken on ES. So we had an SMT. We were bouncing from a daily bearish fair value gap, a 4 hour bearish fair value gap, and I was looking for a one to one. So wasn't looking for anything crazy as far as TP. Wasn't being over, what's the word? Wasn't being too greedy. Um, had my reasons for why I wanted to enter. Uh, with the 1 hour inversion fair value gap, this definitely fit my model. It's literally, this is exactly my model to a T, except I used to enter, like, instead of this being an hourly, this would have been a 5 minute candle. Like, I would have entered off of a 5 minute inversion. Um, so I'm just entering on a higher time frame, hoping that if I do that, um, I give my trades a little bit more breathing room. Because what I was noticing was a lot of the times, yeah, I'd get the bias correct, and it would go in my direction, but I got stopped out because I'm just trying to enter on lower time frames. Um, Now, obviously, what I've started to notice here is I'm not getting the bias correct, which I think the bias is extremely hard to grasp right now, just because of this. I could scan this on my phone and it would be used to check out an item at Target or Walmart. It's fucking disgusting. Um, but yeah, that was the loss I took today. I took this on 3 accounts. I took this on two of my Lucid accounts, which are both just normal uh, Combine account, whatever you want to call them. They're not funded yet. And then I took this on my Express account on Top Step, which is real money. And yes, I did take a loss. It is what it is. Obviously, the other thing I like about trading on a higher time frame or entering on a higher time frame is I can do that. There's no possible way. Price just moves too quickly on lower time frames. Like I could get lucky and like it could happen here and again, but like majority of the time, if I'm going to enter on the 5 minute or below, definitely below the 5 minute, but the 5 minute or below, price is moving too fast for me to enter off of two accounts on Lucid and then go enter on my Express account on Top Step. So it's just like to enter separately on three different accounts is tough if you're going to enter on lower time frame. So that's what I do like entering on the higher time frame for. Um, but yeah, I don't know. 2 losses this week. Not a good start to the week. I'll see what the rest of the week holds. I'm kind of at a point where I am. What's the word? Uh, I'm distancing myself from the actual result of the trades. Like I really don't give a fuck. Um, I really don't care. Like I don't need this to pay my bills. I have a job. This is simply, something that I'm hoping could be a second source of income. So I really could not be more distanced from the results of the trades I'm having. Um, I have enough data to back up that the model should be profitable over time. So I am expecting if I am going to have a losing streak, I'll have a winning streak that's last longer than the losing streak would have lasted. So, if this losing streak ends today or it continues for the next week or 2 weeks, cool. But then I expect the winning streak to come, and I expect um, to make all my money back and then some, because that is what the data suggests when I backtest this model. And I am not entering any trades that I would not enter had I seen this um, on FX Replay. Had I seen this here on FX Replay, I would have taken this 100 times out of 100 times. And it would have been a loss, and it would have been part of my data. And that's that. So, yeah. Really don't care about the result. I'm just simply, I'm fully giving myself up to probabilities. I have a model that I trust because I backtested it enough and I have the data to trust it. And if I trust my model, that means I trust that If I continue to trade it, I will be profitable over time. Currently, I'm down on the week. Cool. Who gives a fuck? If I see this same trade tomorrow, I'm taking it 100 times out of 100 times. Something I used to not do is I used to, I get caught up in the result, and then you're like, oh, I've already lost 2 times this week. I don't know if I should enter again. I don't know. Well, I don't care. If I see something, I'm not going to force it. It's another good thing about higher time frame entries is it's a lot harder to force entries because it's just, I'm not going to say your model appears less, but I think, um, yeah, I mean, I think it just appears, it appears less. So that's the reason. It's just harder to force entries because it appears less. And so then it's just harder to trick your brain into thinking, oh, or rationalize the trade if it's a bad one. Oh, yeah, no, this is fine because of this. I feel like I'm not doing that. Like yesterday and today, solid trades. Obviously, yesterday we didn't get the inversion, but when I trade this model, I don't always enter off of an inversion, so that's fine. It's still a part of my data and a trade that I would take if I was backtesting. So today we had everything we needed though. Today we had the inversion as well. So just I don't know. It wants to slide back into the range here. I think we'll be range bound for the next year and a half, maybe 2 years, or forever. I don't know. But yeah, that's the trade. So